Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here at the local hobby shop. Let's see if we can't see what this new Maxx Slash is about before it's released to the general public. Hopefully they got one out.
Good morning. How can we help you, sir?
Wanted to look at this thing. Yeah, I saw him off.
They put in the
So they do
holes
have
for the clips,
for the clip.
so you can put in 6S or one big 4S. Low center of gravity chassis, 2000 kV motor, your 6S speed control, your max servo size. Yeah. She moves. Maybe you saw the running video of us yesterday?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if you're gonna get a fan on that. That's kind of...
You can just get a clip and...
Yeah. Still might be tight. It'd be interesting to see. Not a lot of suspension.
It is the low center of gravity chassis, so...
Oh, it's got little.
Yep. It's got the 8mm nut with the plastic insert, but also we've found out that it's the exact same tire size and rim size as the UDR. So if you had a pair of beadlock ribs, you could go different style UDR tires and stuff instead of having to do it.
Wheelie bar.
I didn't even notice. Maybe it goes open good. Good. I don't know what's in there. Can't really see it from the glasses on.
Okay, so the body, the back here will be kind of supported off the bumper. That's good. That's good.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Oh, some vents here.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Man, we need to take them from them going over to Pensacola, man. That dude over Pensacola, the crawler, he got a new crawler track over. I forget that paradise crawler, Pensacola, whatever. Anyway, he's building his up and it's starting to look like paradise crawler track. And so it's over. I mean, I'm wanting to go over with you to visit with y'all, Rocky, but
This is nice. Frame here.
right over at
You said you have a cyclist here.
it's on
Hopefully this will hold together.
See if I
Pretty
can
good. Pretty nice.
Now, that just enough you? Sick?
You wasn't.
It ain't quite as elaborate as paradise crawlers, but if he keeps on going that route, it's gonna be just as badass. Yeah. I'm on board with it. You can look it up. Let me see here. What was it?
Where are you crawling back?
Pensacola, but it's in
It's the west side of Pensacola.
Someone that's got that, there it is, right there.
That's
Can't return, I took $200 for the
pretty
repair
fun.
fender, all original. But I blowed him up, I blowed him
Here's
up.
directional.
And he won't return the damn message, man. Every time I try to get a hold of one of these pipes up.
Oh, that's tight.
Well, I posted. Yeah.
Check it out. Be available soon.
But anyway,
Look how wide this thing is. Man, that's amazing. Check it out.
you know, I can find it.
See, look at how much space is here. I think that's just going to be a magnet for dirt and stuff to get in there.
I saved some boxes for him.
Man, because the tires here, and you got all that opening. They really should have put like a guard here. Some type of mud guard.
Yeah, have that.
All right, everyone. I did the best I could. You know, the lighting in the hobby store is horrible. I only had that little bit of counter space to work with. I had the guy trying to sell me the car. There's customers in there. I'm trying to hold the camera and fumble around the stuff so that I wanted to get that first look. I had a doctor's appointment today. I was near the hobby store and I was like, let me see if they have one out there. And yeah, they had one. So it's pretty cool to actually get my hands on it and see it in person before you can actually buy it. I'm not sure how often this actually happens. Usually, well, I guess maybe after they release the video, maybe the hobby stores have it. You can go look at it. So maybe that's kind of a normal thing. I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty cool to actually go in there and look at it and see it in person. It's always just more impressive to see stuff in person than it does video, because like as wide as that thing is, like the videos you watch really doesn't do any justice. It's like how big this RC actually is. Be interesting to compare that to like the X Max, put them side by side, because this thing's pretty wide. I like the way it looks. Now, the one they had on display on the hood, it did say traxxas fastest name remote control. I hope that's not on the ones they sell, because that's just tacky and it did not look good. I can understand for the display purpose ones, the ones that they let the hobby stores put on display and let customers use or whatever. I can see that, but I hope that doesn't make it to the production ones. So real quick, overall, I know some people complain about, oh, the X, it's just like a shrunk down X Max. They're just stealing too many parts and combining it. And you know, I kind of felt the same way when the XRT came out. I said, oh, it's just a lowered X Max, but that really isn't the truth behind it. It's a totally different chassis, and the XRT is so much more different than the X Max in the way they handle and drive. It's just two totally different vehicles. So just because chassis look the same doesn't make it the same. You know, how many cars out there have a flat piece of metal with a bunch of stuff thrown on it? You know, a lot follow that plan. So you can only do so much with the RCs. Now I know the haters of Traxxas hate the plastic chassis, they hate that design, but you know what? It's been a proven chassis. It's just a fact. It's been proven reliable, it's very durable. So it's been good for them. And it's not an X Max or a Max chassis, and it's different. I mean, hell, it's in two pieces, it screws together, so it is a little bit different. Guys, you know, you gotta actually get your hands on it, drive it, get a feel for it. It might surprise you. Like for me, when I got the XRT, I was totally blown away like how different it was. So that being said, just looking at the truck, it looks amazing. It's very, very wide. It looks really, really nice. Some of the things that caught me by surprise was like the lack of suspension. Like I really thought there was going to be more suspension travel in there. They sell it as a long travel suspension. That's the way they market it on their website. There are videos of it skate park bashing and doing these big jumps. Yeah, I don't really think you're going to do that with this unless you tune it. And I'm pretty sure the ones you saw in those marketing videos were tuned for those jumps, because there's just not a whole lot there in the way of suspension. And as a matter of fact, the one they had there in the store, those front shocks were like blown out. It wouldn't even hold the vehicle up anymore. It just sagged to the ground. So they said they took it to the local little RC track and were hitting those jumps, and that blew the shocks out, obviously. I'm not sure what else they did to it, but there's just not a whole lot of suspension travel. And that's why I say when you buy an RC, make sure it fits your driving style and what you're looking for. If you want a big air basher, this is probably not going to be for you. This is where you get an X Max or the Max, because I say that you don't want to put down the money. And this thing is not a cheap RC. It's $700. You don't want to buy it thinking you're going to go bash it and it's going to, you know, blow out the shocks and damage stuff. Because that's what you expected out of it. You know, buy an RC for what you want. Now, if you like to run really fast across the ground, do some mile jumps, this is probably what it's designed for. It's what it looks like it's designed for. Even though they added some robust parts in there, you know, it's nice that the axle shafts that you look at, you can see the metal that was wrapped in there. That should make it nice and strong. I mean, the shocks looked decent for what they were. It would, I think, been nicer maybe if they had like GTX shocks, not GT series, but going around. No, the A arms just didn't have that like X Max or Max kind of feel to me. They looked very open, like a lot of open space. They did have some good flex to them, but that's one thing I'm kind of concerned with. Like, how strong are they? They're so open that there's just a lack of material in there. And then you have that very small hex holding the wheel on. I'm not sure why they went that route and didn't use a bigger hex to hold that wheel on there. I'm not sure if it's going to make a difference, but I guess we'll wait and see. The belted tires, man, they're solid. You can't squeeze them. So they're not vented at all. They are belted tires, unvented. Traxxas says that's to keep dirt and water and that out of there. It is 6S. They're claiming 70 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure that's what they speed pinion. Now, one thing I don't like is the fact that the motor does not have a fan on it. I don't know why anybody puts, especially on a 6S brushless system, no fan for the motor. And I know some people are going to dislike the fact that there's a cradle system, kind of like the XRT, that holds that motor in place. And it uses the pin system that Traxxas is known for to adjust your gear mesh. You know, some people claim that that's bad and that's how they break their gears. I don't know. I haven't had a problem. I have 2 vehicles that have that pin system and I haven't broken any gears. So that's just me. I would like to see a fan on there. Now, another thing I think is going to be a concern is the way that body is even with the tires. I tried to show that, like, how cavernous that is in there, how open that is. I really think that's going to lend itself to just being a bathtub of collecting debris. Those tires are going to throw stuff up into that chassis, and it's just going to litter that chassis full of dirt, rocks, and everything. And I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's going to, just from past experience. Now, like, Arma did a really good job on the Forest lineup with the scoops behind the tires. That did a really good job of keeping stuff out, and I was really hoping I was going to see that on this RC, and I didn't. So I think that's just going to be another, like, a bad point of the RC. I like the wheelie bar. That's kind of promising. It sounds like it's going to have some power. Should hopefully stand up if they're putting that on there. I mean, all that just looks like a really, really nice vehicle. Is it going to be perfect? No vehicle's perfect. It's hard to tell how things are going to work without driving it. It's kind of like a first impression, getting your hands on it, looking at it, touching it, and seeing it. You know, if you don't like Traxxas electronics, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Personally, I don't have a problem with them. I find that, you know, could it be a little bit better? Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more tunability, like being able to adjust the punch level and stuff like that. But to me, like, everything I have it has plenty of power. The battery tray is taken from the Sledge, so instead of the batteries being one on top of another like this, they're going to be side by side. It has the clipless battery tray system that, you know, that goes in, locks in, and there is a provision there for a body clip to go in there and lock that arm into place, so you're not ejecting batteries on hard landings. So that's kind of nice. I like that. I like the clipless system. Now, I will say the clips are in there a good bit. This is such a wide RC that even I have big hands. I had to really reach in there. So if you have small hands, it might be a little hard, or maybe not. I don't know. But honestly, those clips are really, really far in there. But I like the way that looks. I love the clipless system. It's come a long way since they first put it on the X-Max, because that body just bounces off. And that brings me to, like, that body had a lot of reinforcement in there. It was really nice to see on the sides. There was a clip system that actually locked into the handles that are on the side of that chassis. And then the front and rear of the chassis, the body, kind of lock into the bumper system. So hopefully that's going to work. Hopefully it's not going to be a situation kind of like the X-Max where if you hit that back, you hit the wheelie bar, and you flex all that stuff in the back, that's what kind of caves in and forces that body up and creases the bed on the back. I'm hopefully this won't happen on this. It's going to be wait and see, but it looks promising. It looks pretty robust. There's a lot of skeleton inside of there, and it locks into the front and rear bumpers. So, I don't know. I like it all in all. I mean, just looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a really nice RC. It just has a really nice look to it. Sounds like it's going to be powerful. Sounds like it's going to be fun. Sounds, it's going to be a different driving experience, which is what we want. We don't want every RC to be the same, right? Maybe some do, because I see everybody talk about it doesn't backflip, it doesn't do this. I don't know what to say, but not every RC is the same, so you got to know what you're buying. But I'm kind of excited for it. This is kind of what I've been waiting for out of Traxxas, is something new and refreshing, not just throwing some parts on an old system and calling it a new model or a special edition or whatever it was. I kind of like it. So trying to think anything else. Pretty cool. They put some vents on that back window there. I like the color schemes that they have for this. Let me know which one you like. They had the green, the blue, a red, a really pretty like dark red, and then they had the multicolor one, which was kind of like the sunburst kind of design of the X-Maxx. Which, that one I'm not kind of a fan of. This little too. I really wish RC cars would tone down the color schemes. They kind of remind me of RVs, with the crazy patterns and stuff. I would like more of a simple design. It's painted blue, some black racing track, blue, something. Just a little cleaner look. I'm not into all the crazy stuff that they put on the, like, look at the Mad Van. It's simple. It's red with a white stripe. I like it. I like simple like that. So let me know what you think of the car. I know some people will say it's too much of a copy of something, but I said they use what they know works, and I think it's going to be a good RC. I'm hoping, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you think too. The early release, man, that is just kind of a dangerous thing. Look back at the situation we have with like the Losi Pro Moto. Horizon Hobby revamped the website. They couldn't keep track of who was getting the vehicles, how many they were getting, what colors, who was getting what. People had stuff on pre-order and things weren't showing up, and that was just a mess. And now Traxxas has to scramble to get these things into hobby stores. So hopefully we don't have a situation where people are wanting to buy this, and now we're going to have a 2 or 3 week wait for inventory to come in because somebody decided to release this picture early. So this thing now, they lost 3 weeks of lead time. Initially, from what I was told, the 15th was supposed to be when we found out about it, and April 1st was supposed to be the sale date. So as it stands now, March 8th, next Friday, you can walk in the store and buy one. So hopefully there's enough to go around for those that want it. And this didn't damage anything, because in the end it kind of hurts us, because if you want one and it's not available, then we got this promoter situation, and it's not good. It's not good for the hobby. It's not good for people to go out there and enjoy it. You want to make sure that the hobby stores have the inventory on hand and go out and do it. And think too, like, I'm a little jealous, that they don't send me a car to review. I don't get a nice free one from Traxxas, hint. But there's people out there that make a living. They depend on this income, and being first out there with a video on this is important. That's where you get the views and make the money. And now those that get that are kind of scrambling to try to go in and probably produce the video now, because in a week the masses will have them, and then channels like mine and that go out and buy it will be pushing the videos out there. So kind of a unique situation that we find ourselves in here, with the leaked image into this product being pushed kind of early. So kind of concerning though, with those shocks being blown on that thing. I hope that's not going to be a problem with that thing, because to me the shocks do look a little bit small for that. I really wish they were kind of a larger bore, something like the X-Maxx, but they sell this thing as a long travel, but I just don't see it. I still like it. Still interested in it. Let me know down below. Should I get one? And then there's a PayPal link if you want. All right, everyone. Hope you found this entertaining. Did the best I could with it at the hobby store. So we shall see. This car will be out to the masses in a week. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. The channel is growing, and I appreciate it tremendously, everyone. So take care. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one.